slightly, eaten slightly
Shivanita
different,
Mataji.
but this, but same substance is there. Is it is better if you want to travel, you can travel to preach and spread this Krishna consciousness to the suffering humanity at large.
Thank you, Palvit.
Letter to Chris, letter to Chris,
November
November
13,
19,
68.
1968, Hare Krishna calendar.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Subhadra.
Yes, Mataji. So, what Param and Pavit they just said is that uh, is that like, Srila Prabhupada is trying to say that if you're like an example, if you're going to New Jersey or New York or someplace else or Canada or somewhere, everyone is doing the same thing. The four things that everyone is doing is the same thing: eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. But she's saying that the same substance is there. Like if we're different people and we do the same thing, our actions are the same, Mataji. But it's better if we can travel and preach and spread Krishna consciousness so everyone can be a devotee and we can all be the same, Mataji.
Hey, Hare Krishna. That
But
would be
so, but
wonderful.
that was a really good point. Like,
Yes. We can, if we can make all the people the same, which is become a devotee, the world would be such a much more better place.
Because
Wonderful.
everyone would be like with the same characteristics and the same actions, and they would make no sins or no paps if they were devotees.
Yes. I would say for myself, I cannot say that I am a pure devotee. I am still just trying to become a devotee, not even a regular devotee. I am just trying. It's because we still have a lot of purification. At least I know for myself, I have a lot of purification and cleaning to be done on my inside. And if
Mataji,
everybody gets to that stage, yes.
Prabhupada said if my Guru Maharaj was here and he had these facilities, he could build like Prabhupada made 108 temples.
Mm.
He could make 1,008 temples.
See, he's glorifying his Guru Maharaj. So that is another wonderful point that you have brought up now, which we would be talking about in today's class. Okay, Kabir, you get to go last and you get to be the last one here, and then we'll move on to the next. Yes, Kabir, you want to explain?
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
So
Krishna.
if you're copying, like you can, people copy everything, right? So even they can copy other things what people do, like eating meat or bad things. So but though that we shouldn't do these stuff. We shouldn't copy other people who are doing bad things.
Right. We should have good judgment.
Only do the Krishna consciousness things and not copying other people.
Very good. Yes. So one thing is when generally people want to go, very nice, Kabir. Thank you so much for sharing that too. Generally, people want to go on a tour so that we can go and visit places. But what Srila Prabhupada is saying, when you go to all the places, no matter, it could be France, it could be Australia, it could be China, it could be India, it could be anywhere in this world, right?
Mataji, I had a question.
Uh-huh.
So what if you're really busy and you can't preach there, and you're going for like a work,
Yes.
yeah. So if you're going for work, so would that count as because
Yeah.
suppose you're going for like 5 days to a different country.
Mm-hmm. It's okay
So
to travel, right? We can. It's Srila
no, but
Prabhupada.
I'm saying that what
He's
if you're
saying
like
that whenever we are traveling, also we can make sure, and especially Srila Prabhupada's disciples, they were only working to spread Krishna consciousness. So he's saying, if you want to travel, go do it for Krishna. Do it
I
to.
mean Mataji, I mean like for like if you need like a visa or something to go
Mm.
like to the U.S. embassy in
Oh, for that you
London.
would
Yeah,
travel.
and then you just come back, and then
Mm.
so what if you can't preach there? So is that
Yes.
okay?
It is all right. We all preach up to our capacity or what, based on empowerment from Gurudev, from the spiritual master. So some of us are more empowered to preach, and some may not be that, forthcoming. We are not so outspoken that we would go and communicate. We might be a little bit of an introvert, right? Those people won't be able to go and communicate with everybody. But I will tell you, we have Vinita Mataji, and I know that whenever she travels, doesn't matter where she's going, even if she's traveling by flight, she would make sure that she shares something about Krishna to all the people around her. So it is possible. We may be traveling for a few days, we may be traveling for a long time, maybe a very short travel, but uh, we can always try to give Krishna to the people who are around us. Okay. So with that, we will move on to our chapter. So today we are going to continue the topic on Pracetas. So the Pracetas are the children of King Prachina Barhi. There are how many of them? Who knows? 10 Pracetas.
10.
Mhm. Yeah, there were 10 Prachetas, and they are the sons of King Prachina Barhi, who is the descendant of Prithu Maharaj. Okay, so now these Prachetas, all of them decided that it was, when their father asked them to go and find a suitable bride, they all went to first pray to the Lord. And after praying to the Lord, only did they want to start procreation or, getting married and slowly having a family. For all that, they decided that first we are going to go and seek blessings from the Lord. And so they go, and when they reach this nice, I'm just giving you a recap. When they reach this nice river there, they see, or water body, I should say. It was a lake, I believe. There they see Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva and his associates are there. And Lord Shiva then is very pleased with them, and he decides to give them some instructions. So he becomes their spiritual master, their guru. And he's going to sing the Rudra Gita. This is very popularly known as Rudra Gita. And so in that last class, you already heard that Lord Shiva, he offered first prayers to all the Chaturvyuha. Okay. There is the Lord Krishna. From Krishna, we have Lord Balramji. From Balramji, we have the first set of 4 lords. Vasudev, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. And from Sankarshana, again, we get Lord Narayana appears in the Vaikuntha Loka. And then from there, we have again get the second set of Chaturvyaha, or the second set of 4 controlling lords, deities. So these deities, they preside over our consciousness, the ego, the intelligence, and the mind. So this is known as together combined, known as Antakarna. This was already explained yesterday. And then Lord Shiva, he continued to offer prayers to all the material elements, the deities of material elements, as well as to the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is the source of all those deities. And then he prayed that he could see the enchanting form of Lord Krishna. And he started describing the beautiful form of the Supreme Lord. And after this, Lord Shiva, he then glorified the Bhakti Yoga process. Okay, what is Bhakti Yoga? The process of devotional service to the Supreme Lord. And after doing this, he said that the devotees of the Lord are the greatest. So he started glorifying even the devotees of Lord Krishna. And he was praying for their association. Okay, now these pure devotees, even last class, I remember when we were talking about Prithu Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj was also praying to the Lord and asked him, this is one boon that I would like to receive. I would like the association of pure devotees. I want millions and millions of years so that I can hear Krishna Katha from pure devotees. And how do we get Krishna? There is only one way, and that is by pleasing the Supreme. Okay, yes, chanting. Yes, anybody else? Any other thoughts? How do we get Krishna, right?
Chanting his holy name.
By chanting his holy names, by
Gita,
serving. What is it? Gita.
Kirtan.
Kirtan. Yes, by Kirtan. And yes, by glorifying the Supreme Lord and glorifying his devotees, by serving the Lord and his devotees, only then can we achieve this bhakti. And for
Mataji,
us to receive that, yes, yes.
dancing Mataji.
What did you say?
We can please the Lord by dancing.
Dancing.
Kirtan.
Dancing in Kirtan. Yes, dancing in Kirtan is definitely very wonderful. Thank you. Sri Hari, right? Yeah, I think that was Sri Hari. Huh. Okay, Kabir, yes. What do you want to say?
Also that like doing chanting, also doing Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, even reading stories about Krishna.
Yeah, constantly meditating on the Lord. Okay, very good. Thank you so much. Okay, and how do we receive this bhakti? We have to receive it, right? Somebody has to give it to us. Huh?
Yes,
And Krishna, what is it?
our spiritual master.
Very nice. Yes. It is through the mercy, causeless mercy of the spiritual master that we can receive this bhakti. Okay. So if we have a slight desire that we want all the heavenly pleasures, or we want some small material satisfaction and some material pleasures for us, personally, just for us, to serve our senses, then that kind of a person would have a lot of difficulty in worshipping Krishna. But one who is very sincere, who worships Krishna, is never going to be affected by whatever is coming through. Oh, somebody else might have something really wonderful, but we would never want that. We would never be uh, attracted to any material sense gratificatory object. Okay, because we are that devotee is not under the influence of this time. So we will talk about how time also influences us. Okay, and this also requires great mercy from the Lord and his devotees, because it is so easy to fall into Maya and her temptations, right? But what happens is, even if we have half a moment's association with a great devotee, then we will definitely be able to achieve that perfection in our life. And even half a moment's association with such a devotee, it cannot be compared to the pleasures of heaven or even of liberation from material bondage. Now, in this regard, I have a story to tell you about how a moment's association with Srila Prabhupada changed someone's life. Okay. So once while Srila Prabhupada was traveling, at that time, Shrutakirti Prabhu was his, servant. So Shrutakirti Prabhu used to travel with Srila Prabhupada a lot. And once they were traveling from Mexico City to Caracas. And in the flight, they would always carry some prasadam. And so Srila Prabhupada would honor that. Normally, that's what he would eat. He won't eat anything from the flight. So he started taking, it was puffed rice and some peanuts. And so he started taking that and he ate for a little while. And after he finished, he was like, okay, I'm done. So he said, okay. And immediately Shrutakirti Prabhu, he took that puffed rice away and he gave half of it, whatever is left, half of it to another Prabhuji called Paramahamsa Prabhu, and he had the other half. So he kept the other half in front of him. And as he was going to start eating, there was this air hostess or stewardess, the flight attendant. She was walking down the aisles and she noticed that he had this very, a packet full of food. And she put her hand in his plate and she immediately grabbed some puffed rice from there and she ate it. And she tasted it and she was like, wow, this is so wonderful. What is this? And Shrutakirti Prabhu said, this is puffed rice. So she was asking, why are you eating your own? This, we actually have food, right? In the air, in the flights, they always serve food. But he said, we have our own diet and we are vegetarian, so we won't normally consume what is, cooked outside. So then this air hostess was so interested because he had the special food. She loved it, was very tasty. And then she wanted to know how she could serve Srila Prabhupada. So she said, is there anything else that I can get you? So Shrutakirti Prabhu looked at Prabhupada and he said, hot milk. So she definitely went. She went to first class and she got back 3 cups of hot milk. And so Srila Prabhupada, Shrutakirti Prabhu was so surprised by this whole incident. He looked at Srila Prabhupada and said, isn't that amazing, Srila Prabhupada? So Prabhupada said, no, women, they have a natural propensity to serve. So, actually, Srila Prabhupada was talking about how that lady, the stewardess, was trying to serve, but Shrutakirti Prabhu was thinking about how amazing it was that this lady could take a handful of Mahaprasad of Srila Prabhupada. And that is something that everyone was craving to have. And she got what many of them would have been, fighting for. And she got it so easily. So, and like this, Shrutakirti Prabhu, he travels and he says this pastime to so many people. So this was just one moment's association. In that one flight, this air hostess got an opportunity to see Srila Prabhupada, to have his Mahaprasad. Now,
Mataji,
yes, you
some
might.
some like some people didn't complete their bhakti in this lifetime, so they're really smart. They're really they're trying to complete it, and you don't know that they were devotee.
Yeah, so let us see what happens after this, okay?
Because here, what happened, like
Param, you got muted.
Mataji, there was a 3-year-old baby here, and then a Prabhupada disciple came, and then she said, Prabhupada aage. She said that.
She knew Prabhupada? I mean, was she already familiar with Srila Prabhupada's name?
No, Mataji, she was just 3, and then she just said, Srila Prabhupada aage, and then Prabhupada disciple just got out of the car, and then it was really cool how she knew.
Oh, wow. Yes. We will also talk about that, how over many lifetimes, sometimes we have to, our journey continues for many lifetimes in this world before we can make it back to the spiritual world. So you all are very blessed children, because you all have been given this process of Krishna consciousness and this love for serving the Supreme Lord so early in life. Okay, now what happens is the Shrutakirti Prabhu would tell the story to in many places, in different parts of the world, wherever he's traveling. Okay, so one time he did this and he told the story. And after the class, a boy came to him and he said, oh, can I tell you a Sankirtan story? This was a very amazing story that you told us. So Shrutakirti Prabhu was interested. He said, yes, please go ahead. So the boy said, they go from a village that's a little far from all the cities in Brazil, and they go to different parts, different villages. And like that, they go by a car, and four-wheel drive. And one time they were in a rainforest that was so far from any other place. And they found a small village and they did some Harinam Kirtan over there. Okay. And they were going from door to door distributing books. Now, when they were doing this, he knocked on one door and and a woman answered. She opened the door, and as soon as she saw that there was this boy with a dhoti kurta tilak, she immediately asked him to come inside. And as he went in this tiny village, he saw that she had pictures of Krishna on the wall. She had a beautiful altar. She had deities. She had a lot of Srila Prabhupada's books that were in Portuguese. And she was a practicing devotee. He was so surprised and he told her, "Wow, you are a devotee." And she was so happy too. She was like, "I'm so happy to see a devotee after so long." And so he was like, "How did you become a devotee?" And that's when she reveals her story. She says, the first time I met devotees, when I met Srila Prabhupada on an airplane. I used to be an air hostess. I was a stewardess, and 10 years after that, now, like, this is when she had taken some Mahaprasad from Srila Prabhupada, and now after 10 years, she's seeing some devotees who could, you know, link the two stories together. She said she had met devotees after she met Prabhupada. She was so interested after seeing Srila Prabhupada that she wanted to know who he was. She tried to find his name from their roster, and she started looking at all the books that he had, and she started reading them. And that was the beginning. That Mahaprasadam that she consumed from Srila Prabhupada was the beginning of her spiritual life. So
Mother,
that
there's a lot of stories like that.
lots and lots, right? Srila
Yeah.
Prabhupada, he
One
went to
time I
Russia,
was
yes.
one time I was distributing a book to like a old person, and then we were distributing a Bhagavad Gita,
Mhm.
and then what happened was when we gave her the Bhagavad Gita, um she used to look at like Prabhupada and his books, and she really wanted the Bhagavad Gita, and
Mhm.
she started crying because she really wanted the Bhagavad Gita, and she found the Bhagavad Gita.
Oh, very nice. So I see you gave her that, mercy, the special, uh, the books of Srila Prabhupada. So that's something special that you have done. Very good. Wonderful, Sparam. Yes, share Srihari. You want to share something?
So the Prabhuji, what was the Prabhuji's reaction?
Of course, he was so surprised, but obviously, she did have Srila Prabhupada's Mahaprasad, so it was no surprise because he knows that this happens over and over again. But definitely, he was very happy to hear it. Yeah, it is there in Shrutakirti Prabhu's interviews. You can see it. Okay, so devotees, mm, their heart, which is purified by bhakti, doesn't get agitated by any material objects like what we were talking about. You might have friends who have very wonderful things materially, but you are not interested in any of those things because you have reached that level of purification where you are not going to be tempted or lured by those things. Like what Kabir said, we have to watch what other people, we have to be careful not to copy what other people are doing. Hmm. So and how is that possible? It is because we have the blessings of Bhakti Devi, and by that the devotee can actually understand more about the Lord, like the intricate details of the Lord. What is the Lord's name? What is his form like? What are his activities, right? And spread his glories. So like that, Shiva started. Lord, this is all Lord Shiva's prayers to the Supreme Lord and his instructions to the Pracetas. So further, Lord Shiva, he then described how Krishna, he expands as Mahavishnu, he enters into this world, he makes sure that material creations happen. So it is through Mahavishnu that all of these material worlds are manifested. And what does this material world help us with? It actually is giving us an opportunity to imitate some of the activities, because we say that we have fallen down from the spiritual world, huh? Because we were envious of Lord Krishna. So now this world is an opportunity that Krishna is giving to us, so that we can also enjoy like Krishna. We can imitate whatever actions he is doing. It is just like how in a kitchen, your mother's kitchen, she would be cooking, right? And when she's cooking, she prepares so many dishes. And what do the children do when they are small? They also want to do similar cooking. So mother would give them some toys to cook. And the child would imitate the cooking in their own little kitchen. But we are not, when they are hungry, they can't eat that, right? They will go and eat their mother's food. Now, this playing that the child has, this lasts for some time. But our continuous play in this material world, it can last many lifetimes, depending on how surrendered we are to the Lord and how soon we go back to his world. After this, Lord Shiva then talks about Krishna's time feature, how he is time, right? Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I am Kala, I'm time.
Mataji, how do you get the time for a time check?
Huh?
How do you
Oh,
how
yeah.
did you
It's
get
a
time?
gift. It's a gift, Param.
Oh,
Yeah. So what does time do? Time, it can destroy everything. We know that, right? So just like how one animal can be eaten by another, even time can destroy everything that comes our way. Mhm. And time changes everything. So today we might be in one situation, tomorrow our situation may not be the same. And that also time can scatter everything. So just like how we see in the GIF below that the wind, it scatters the clouds in the sky. In the same way, the time can also do that. It scatters everything around. It can change things.
yeah,
And
Mataji, also like the time, it can also make like destruction because
mm,
like tornadoes.
yes, that's the first thing. Yes. Time destroys, time can bring about changes, because today our time may be going, things may be going very well, but tomorrow our time changes and things can, and we might have troubles in our life. And time can strike a greedy person. When we have so many desires for so many things and we want all sense gratificatory objects, then time can also strike that kind of a person. Just like how a snake seizes a mouse and swallows them very easily. Time can also consume us. So we in history we see so many such lessons where people who are very greedy for wealth, for power, they are destroyed in one fine day very quickly, right? So like this, Lord Shiva, he gives instructions to the Prachetas and he leaves. And after he leaves, the Prachetas, they started meditating underwater on the instructions that were given by Lord Shiva. And so they started chanting the prayers that were given by Lord Shiva, the Rudra Gita. Okay, and like that, they were very dedicated to the instructions of their guru, their spiritual master. Mhm. And they chanted for 10,000 years underwater. Okay, now after this, we will have a slight diversion. Moving from the sons, the Prachetas, we would go and take a look at what the father did, the Prachina Barhi. Okay, so the main lesson here is that once you follow the instructions of your Guru Maharaj with dedication, then you can easily access the mercy of Krishna. In that regard, I know that you all are very, very, very capable of telling me so many names of devotees who have perfected their life, who have received the mercy of Krishna just by following their guru. Can you give me some examples?
Mother Narad Muni.
Okay, very good.
Prahlad Maharaj.
Narada Muni, who was his guru?
No, Mataji, when his mom,
Devotees who perfected their life?
yeah,
Yes, he was serving the sages who came, right? And
yeah,
said
yeah.
that very wonderfully. Okay, Narada, and what was your second example? Ra-
I don't know if this is right, but Prahlad Maharaj. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Prahlad Maharaj was a perfect devotee and he was a perfect disciple of his guru. Why? Because when Narsimhadev comes, he first offers his prayers and gratitude to Narada Muni for having taught him.
Srila Prabhupada.
Mm. Okay. Okay, now we can give others opportunities. Thank you, Param. Yes, Subhadra.
Yes, Mataji. So one example is we could say Dhruva Maharaj,
Mm.
because he wanted to sit in his father's lap, but he didn't get the chance to. So Narada Muni came, he appeared in the forest,
Very
and
nice. Mm.
and then he was asking Dhruva Maharaj, like, where are you going, son? You should go back to your mother. And then Dhruva Maharaj said, I'm going to meditate
Mm.
on the Lord, so I can obtain my father's lap. But then he realized that this was all for Krishna.
Yes.
And
Very
another
nice.
and another example
Mm.
is and another example would be another example would be uh,
We'll come back to you. Don't worry.
yes,
When
Mataji.
you remember. Okay? Thank you.
Mataji, can I help Subhadra?
What?
Can I help Subhadra?
You want to help Subhadra? She'll come up with an example. Don't worry. Okay, Spalvit. Yes, what do you want to say?
So what so like Vasudeva, Samankara, Prayud Prayudma and Aniruddha.
You're saying Vasudev, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha? They are devotees.
Mataji, I remember.
They are expansions of the Lord, Kane. Yes, Subhadra.
Prithu Maharaj.
Ritu Maharaj. Yes.
Mataji, I want two. I have two.
Ritu
Um,
Maharaj was a great devotee and he was very obedient to his.
Mataji,
Yes.
How about
Vasudev, and also wait,
how
Yes.
Mataji?
Yes, yes, Palvet. Yes. Thank you,
How
Palvet.
about, how about Lord Shiva, because he was meditating, right?
Who was meditating?
Lord Shiva.
Lord Shiva is an excellent devotee. Did you say Vyasadev, Param?
yeah.
Okay. Palvet, thank you for Lord Shiva. Then, huh? Okay, let's see. Devarsh, please go ahead.
Bhaktivedanta Saraswati.
Saraswati?
Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna
Oh,
Mataji.
you're saying Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Mataji, Advaitacharya.
Mataji, I have one.
Mataji, the same Goswamis and Advaitacharya.
Good.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
Mataji, I have another one.
Wait, okay, so we need to talk about devotees who followed the instructions of their guru and they perfected their life. Okay.
Mataji,
See,
Bhakti
Bhakti
Thakur.
Mataji, Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur.
Thakur.
What is it?
Haridas Thakur Mataji.
He was the, yes, he chanted, and he perfected his life. But
Mataji, Advaitacharya.
okay, okay,
Mataji.
do you know who the spiritual masters are? What is it?
Tulsi Maharani.
Kunti Maharani.
Mataji. Mataji.
How? Yes.
I have one. Mataji, if you wanna, I pick
Mataji,
everyone.
Balavrinda want to say.
Yes,
Regarding the
Mataji, go
hunter,
ahead.
regarding
Mrigari the hunter, Mataji.
Hmm. Where, Balavrinda? I don't hear you.
She is there, Mataji. She only was telling. Come, Vrinda.
regarding the hunter.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Balavrinda. Okay, anybody else?
Mataji.
Mm-hmm.
Mataji. Going to say, I forgot Mataji.
Okay.
Mataji.
Mataji.
We are good. Yes, we have got
Yes.
lots of examples. Yes.
Mataji.
Yes,
Mataji, what about
please.
Vrinda Devi?
What?
Vrinda Devi.
Vrinda Devi. Oh, who is her Gurudev?
Vrinda Devi is Tulsi Maharani.
I know. I'm asking who. The question is, name a few devotees who followed the instructions of their guru and perfected their life. The Devi is already a perfected being. He gives us bhakti. Gives us bhakti, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hmm. So, okay.
Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah, Srila Prabhupada. We already wrote that. Very good. Okay, so now we will do Damodarashtakam and we have to draw a cow. Mataji, are we doing Damodarashtakam, Vinita Mataji?
Yeah, we can do, Mataji. We can skip the drawing and we can do that maybe.
Okay, we will
Because
start with
it's
the
7 more
drawing.
minutes only is there. You
Yeah,
can do any one, either drawing or singing, whatever you would like to.
they will sing very fast. I know that. Okay, let us get a paper, everybody, and a pencil and start drawing. We'll start with this activity. And I know that most of you don't even need to look at the screen to sing. So we will sing and okay. Okay, you can get your paper and pencil and colors and start coloring and drawing. You can draw your cow and also name the cow. Okay. So to help you.
Mataji, I'm gonna name my cow Param.
Okay. Yes. So I have some names of Krishna's cow. Okay. 7 most important cows of Lord Krishna are Mangala, Pingala, Ganga, Pishangi, Manikashtani, Hamsi, and Shipriya.
Mataji, I think I'm gonna do Hamsi. Hamsi.
Mataji, I knew you were going to say.
And Krishna had a pet ox also. His pet ox was named Padmaganda. That is the pet ox.
Mataji, I knew you were going to say Hamsi because I saw in the Krishna episodes that there's a cow named Hamsi.
Yes. Okay. So we have the drawing in front of us. Whoever wants to draw, please go ahead and draw. You can also chant. We will chant the Damodarashtakam. Okay. I hope you're all ready.
You want to come? No.
Anybody wants to lead?
Anisha.
Okay. I'm going to lower all your hands. Anyone wants to lead the singing? Okay. Then I will start. Okay. All of you, please unmute yourself and sing. Namamishwaram Yashodhabhiyam Paramrishtamatya Gopya Rudantam Bhakti Badham
Deva moksham na mokshavade Purnath Gopalavalam Sada me manasya birastam kimanye
Idam te mukham pujam atyantam Ritam kuntalam
Namaste Sunamne
Vitam Razadarame Virastam alam Dakshilabham
Namo Damodarananta Vishnu Rasida Prabhuti Kripadrishti Vrishyati Dinam Batanu Gridhani Samamagya Medyakshi Drishya Vayani Prema Bhaktim Swakami Prayam Kshiram Namaste Namo Nantam
Dalilaya Devaya
Yam
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare 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 Ram
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Mataji, what verse were you
Rama, Hare Rama,
what verse are you on? Because like one person is singing Iti Dakshati Lavit, and then one person is singing Namo Radharani.
I was trying to stay on track with one kid. So I was singing with Palvin.
Hare Rama, Hare
Palvin, you have to remove that your video filter, your background filter, okay? Because it's on your face and not on the background. Okay, are you all done?
No, Ma.
No.
Should I share the picture in the group?
No, Mataji, I'm just one step.
Okay.
Mother, can you share a picture in WhatsApp?
Was that? Yes. Sure. We can do that.
Mataji.
Mhm.
Mataji, I'm gonna come in.
Mother, can you just wait for a minute? I didn't get to do it yet.
Mataji, does class end at 8 o'clock?
What is it?
Does class end at 8 o'clock?
Class ends now, actually. We are already 2 minutes late. I'm gonna stop the recording and say the prayers. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo